what's up YouTube? It's T and I'm back with another video. So for today's video, it'll be my final video for 2020 and it's things we're leaving in 2020. So to kick this video off, the first thing that we're leaving in 2020 is giving people multiple chances. So throughout 2020, it seems to be a common theme that everyone gets like a multiple chance because life is short. And I understand that life is short. However, if they keep doing stupidity and they understand where you're coming from because you guys have had the same conversation over and over again, it's time to cut them off and it's time to leave them behind. We're not giving multiple chances in 2020, okay? Kids make mistakes, adults make decisions. Always remember that. Giving people multiple chances is basically giving them a okay that you can treat me any type of way, but I'm still gonna be there for you. And we're not doing that in 2021. We're not doing that. We're not giving people multiple chances to screw you over and stab you in the back. If they mess up and they take accountability for their actions, then it doesn't count. But if they just keep doing it over and over and over again and they're not trying to make any changes in the slightest, and you're making all the sacrifices and the rearrangings, cut them off. We're not doing the more chances, giving chance after chance and getting screwed over. You will be dropped like a bad habit. The next thing we're leaving in 2020 is draining people. Tell me, do you ever go out like your social battery is on like 100? You're pretty chill, pretty much in a good mood, and then you get around this person and it slowly starts to decline, like the battery is going out, and then by the end of the hangout or whatever the time is, you're pretty much a dead battery. You just want to go to sleep, you just want to take a nap, you just don't want to deal with this person. We're cutting them out. If after a 5 to 10 minute conversation you're ready to go do something else, we're cutting them out. Draining people, negative energy, we're gonna leave here. It's been enough chaos for 1 year, 1 decade, a millennial, a lifetime. We're leaving it in 2020, okay? We're not bringing people who bring us down, have negative vibes, negative energy. You don't need that bad juju around you. Keep them here, okay? And don't wait till the new year to do it. Just start dropping them. Start blocking their phone number, start blocking their social media, start blocking their friends that you guys are mutuals with, because it's going to become why we can't hang out with such and such, why we can't. It just makes it so much easier. Get rid of them. You know the reason you're cutting them off. The reason you get rid of mutuals is because, unfortunately, it's gonna become a middleman type of situation where I'm friends with this person, but I'm friends with that person, and these two don't like each other, so what am I supposed to do? I don't really care. As grown adults, you gotta do what's best for you. And if it means you have to cut the mutual off, go ahead and cut them off. They're not meant to stay. You have to understand that you have to respect your space and understand that you need a clear mindset to do right by yourself. Get rid of all the chaos, the drama. They will not be missed. We are leaving draining people in the past year. They do not exist. Okay. The next thing we're leaving in 2020 is overthinking. How many of us like stay up all night overthinking a situation that happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a day ago, a week ago, however time it's we're leaving overthinking in the past. You are stressing yourself out about a situation that has either already happened or is never going to happen. Let it go. Like, sleep is a beautiful thing that you're missing out on and living your life. But instead, you want to spend it overthinking about, does this person like me? Does this person care for me? Is this person talking about my back? Is this situation going to go well? Am I going to get this opportunity? Move on. Move on. Stuff happens for a reason. If it's your time, it's your time. If it's not, it's not. That does not mean you stop your hustle, okay? We are leaving overthinking, okay? It's not cute to be like, I'm just an overthinker. Like, no. You can do better. There is so much to do in this world. It's so little time to really see it all. And you want to waste it overthinking? No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. We're not doing that here. Leave it. The next thing we're leaving in 2020 is not being intentional. So, if you're about to do something and you're not fully enthused about it, then don't keep trying to do it. It's okay to say, I want to go another direction. It's okay to change courses. But when you move unintentionally, it's like you're wasting everybody's time. Like, oh, I really want to do this wishy washy type of energy. But when you're passionate, it's like, I am going to do this. I'm going to do it right now. I've gave myself a deadline. You're going to move with a sense of urgency that non passionate people don't do. If you move unintentionally, like let's take college for example, a lot of people be like, college isn't for me. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a rapper. I want to do this. I want to do that. Cool. Nothing against those professions, right? You need to be intentionally working on your craft. There's always going to be somebody younger, somebody more talented, somebody more skilled, somebody more experienced than you. If you're not moving intentionally and moving with your intentions, you're kind of just walking in a circle the whole entire time. So move intentionally. Stop being non-intentional. Like, oh, like for example, let's say you want to lose weight, right? Or you want to gain weight. Um, by keeping in the same habits that you have, and you're like, oh, this is just the type of person I am. How do you plan on becoming your higher self? Like, how's that supposed to work out? You need to be intentional about your actions, your thoughts, what you're doing, so you can go ahead and step up in life instead of wasting your time doing the same stuff over and over again. Okay, so the next thing we're leaving in 2020 is neglecting self care and mental health. I understand we have to be like productive, but we've kind of created this workaholic energy like, oh my god, I stayed up all night working on this essay. I worked so hard, like all night on this project. I've been really crash studying for my notes so I can do good on the midterm or the final. That is not good because we're going to create burnout energy around ourselves, and that's not even necessary. I get we have to be productive. Everybody has to have some type of level of productivity. Your definition of productivity might be different from mine. However, neglecting your self care, your mental health, you're just burning yourself at two ends at the end of the day. And you're going to become non passionate and non productive at the end of the day. This whole, oh, I haven't slept in weeks. Oh, I haven't gone out in a couple of days. Like, we're leaving that in 2020. These unhealthy habits we're creating are going to become lifetime skills that are going to be even harder to break. Nip it in the bud and start taking care of yourself first. There will always be another party. There will always be another assignment. There will always be another project. You could even take the class over again. It's really not the end of the world if that happens. You taking care of your mental health rather than stressing yourself out is pretty much the most important thing you can do by yourself. Like, if you don't have self care, I don't care how hard you study. I don't care how long you stayed up. I don't really care how hard or how much energy you put into something. You're gonna burn out when it most counts, and it's not gonna be a fun time. Because once you kind of created this spiral that, I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm not really going down, but I'm going down, it's kind of hard to move and be like, I'm going up. I'm going up. Like, that's not how stuff works. You need to understand what triggers you, what makes you stressed, what gives you anxiety, what makes you angry, what makes you happy, and deal with them in the best way you can. When you feel like you are very off balance, you need to figure out a way to create balance. It's not always going to be balanced all the time in life because, life happens. Sometimes you're in very stressful situations, but you need to figure out and create habits and a schedule and a routine that can remake you balance and a positive person to be around. Okay, the next thing we're leaving in 2020 is insecurities. I'm talking about those insecurities that become really expensive. Like, let's say you have an insecurity about your nose. It's an organ. It uses to smell. It can detect danger. It can detect what would be a perfect scent for you or whatever. Relieving insecurities in 2020. I feel like insecurities have gone from a regular, like, oh, this bothers me, to I'm gonna do something extremely drastic to fix this insecurity. And it sucks because we're all trying to create, like, this unrealistic, perfect persona that doesn't even need to exist. Like, we don't need to be insecure about, oh, I don't have a flat stomach. Oh, my behind's not big. Oh, I don't have a chest. Or whatever your insecurity is. Or another thing, your hair not being long enough. Leave it in 2020. When you over exaggerate that one little insecurity about yourself that a lot of people don't pay attention to, you're gonna drive yourself insane at the end of the day, and it's kind of ridiculous. Let the insecurity be, like, let it go. It is okay to be like, you know what, right now I'm really insecure about this, and that's okay. You know, not everyone can have high confidence all of the time. There are going to be days where you not feel as confident as you usually are. But letting that insecurity ruin your day or stop you from living life is what we're not going to do. Leave the insecurities in the back. Let them leave. It will be okay. Let them leave out. The next thing we're leaving in 2020 is pick me behavior. There's always that one girl or guy who's like, I have a better GPA, I'm prettier or handsomer than this person, I can do more athletic stuff than this person, I have a better style than this person, I don't see why you like this person, I have a better personality. That pick me energy, we're leaving it. We're leaving it. Okay? If you're meant to be with someone, it's gonna naturally click and it's gonna naturally happen over time. All this pick me energy, leave it. Okay? Makes you look desperate as all get out. It is unnecessary. And the relationship or friendship you're trying to create, let's say you get this person, hypothetically, it's not gonna be genuine because this, like, I'm great because of this, I'm great because of that. It's like you're a really insecure person who's trying to get the teacher's attention, who's like the big teacher pet, and nothing ever happens to this person. Eventually, you leave the class, you getting on the teacher's nerves, you're getting on your classmates' nerves, so you're not creating bonds for after this class. Like, leave the pick me energy alone, okay? It doesn't do anything for you. You're not gonna end up with that person. It's not gonna happen. Be your unnatural, unbothered self, and if that person wanna be with you, they'll holler when they get the chance. Don't show somebody, oh, I'm great, I can do all this. Because at the end of the day, whether we like to admit it or not, you showing them all those special skills and tricks you can do, they're going to use that to their advantage, knowing that they're really not interested in you. And who's going to be sad at the end of the day? You. The next thing we're leaving in 2020 is doubt. How many of us have kind of gone towards a bigger goal, maybe a life change, a lifestyle change, just a different career, something that's changing our life drastically. And once we start stepping, it's like in the back of our mind, I have doubt about this. Am I really gonna get this job? Is this really where I'm supposed to be in life? Why are you creating that for yourself? Why can't you be a small time business owner? You're not gonna be small forever. You're not gonna be unemployed forever. Somebody is gonna see your greatness and it's going to pick you up off the market. We cannot create doubt for yourselves because, okay, for all my manifestors out there, or the positive self-care gurus who are self-proclaimed, when you create doubt, you're pushing what you want further away. Your body and your energy cannot tell any difference. When you create doubt of something, it's like, oh, you said you wanted this, but I don't know if you want it or not, so I'm just gonna take it away and we're gonna come back to this until you figure out what you want. It's like, okay, say you go to a fast food place. You're in line, you can see the same menu. The menu has not changed in the last decade or two. You get up there and you're like, I want this, and then you're like, but I don't know if I want it. You're wasting everybody else's time, okay? It goes back to what I said earlier, not being intentional. If you're creating doubt, you're not going to be able to move forward with what you're trying to do. It's okay to be a little conscious about what you're trying to do, have some time to really think about it, see if this is what you really want to do. I'm talking about you've already committed to the idea of it, but you're still not thinking that it's going to work out because maybe you're not seeing those instant results like how you thought it was going to do. But just know at the end of the day, if anything is worth having, you're going to have to bust your behind for it and make it count and make it work. Like, you can't be creating doubt about a situation that you want to be in. It's going to happen if you put your efforts into it. The next thing, and this is the biggest thing in my opinion, we're leaving procrastination in 2020. I used to be a full time and sort of still have my moments where I just procrastinate. We're leaving it in 2020, okay? We're no longer doing those last minute essays, those last minute projects, that last minute homework assignment, that last minute thing we said we wanted to do. We're gonna start working on it when we have the chance, okay? We're gonna use time management skills. Or if we don't have any, we're gonna learn a system or create a system that works for us. Procrastination, honestly, it started in middle school for me, carried on into high school, and then towards the end, like end of high school, college, kind of understood the severity of what happens when you procrastinate. It creates more problems for you because you're stressed out because you're not understanding fast enough because there's not enough time for you to pick up. It doesn't look as good as you want it to because maybe you have a last minute big sketch idea, but you don't have enough time to create it. You're not going to be as fulfilled because let's say you have to present it. You're not going to be enthused about it because you spent all night trying to get it together. And then you're going to trip over your words or forget what you were supposed to be doing anyways. Just leave procrastination. It is a habit that we all need to learn how to break and leave it alone. If you procrastinate, I promise you, all the stress, all the tears, all the breakdowns, it is unnecessary. You are creating a situation that you don't have to be in. You don't have to procrastinate every little thing. It's like, okay, this is a pet peeve of mine. Oh my god, I procrastinated like all day, so now I have to do it right now. 2 seconds later, I just don't understand. Why is it not working out for me? Everything is falling apart. I can't remember what I just read. It's just not comprehending. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You created this stress mantra that you can break. Okay? If you would have worked on it when it first was assigned, little by little, like, let's say it's a homework assignment, a really big one. It's assigned Monday and it's due next Friday. What happens if you contribute like 5 to 10 minutes a day for it? And before you say, I don't have the time, let me tell you how you do. If you want to hang out with your friends, right? You guys usually make the plans either a week or a couple of days in advance. That means you scheduled to hang out with your friends. That's the same way you need to schedule and reorganize your whole life. You can't get mad at yourself for procrastinating. If you know it is a problem, you need to wake up and be like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. To the best of your ability so you can become a better person, well-rounded student, or even if you're not a student, doing stuff at the last minute ain't cute because you're inconveniencing everybody else. Leave it. Stop doing that to other people because it becomes a domino effect. Like, for students, you do something late. Your teacher has to grade it. There's a final deadline for when they turn in your grade. So now the teacher's going to be late with your work. Their supervisor or their higher ups are going to get on their case when it's you. Versus you turning stuff in on time and you moving along. Because there's only so much your teachers, your parents, or your higher ups can do for you. Leave procrastination. Let's get away from the negative habits. Which brings me into my next thing. We're leaving negative energy in 2020. I don't care. We're leaving the self-deprivation jokes, the negative self-talk, the doubt, the insecurities, the procrastination, the overthinking, the toxic friends and relationships, we're leaving it in 2020. I don't care what you say. We're leaving it. We do not need it. It does not need us. We can go on to do bigger and better things without being surrounded by negative energy. How are you going to become a queen or a king surrounded by peasants? That's not how this works. You cannot say, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be motivational, I'm going to change the world, and you're surrounded by people who doubt everything that you say. That energy, whether we like it or not, the main people that we hang around is going to start rubbing off on us. And their habits and their mindset become ours. You kind of become like linked, conjoined people. So once you get rid of that person, it takes a minute to come out of their mindset. Because it's a mindset. It's like it's locked in your brain, it's engraved, but this is how things work, this is how things are going to be. Having negative energy surround you, there's no way you can turn that positive. Two negatives don't make a positive. At least I think so. I wasn't good at math, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But you cannot turn negative into positivity. Okay? You have to change your mindset, how you go about things, how you look at things. Because let's say you stay in this negative energy, right? It's cloudy every day. It's gonna rain every day. Nothing good ever happens to me. Well, nothing good is gonna happen, okay? Nothing good is going to happen. It is not sunny every day. It is not raining every day. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself and get away from the negative energy. You don't need it. It doesn't do anything productive for anybody. So just let it go. It's extra stress and extra weight for no reason. Just let it go. The last thing on the things that we are leaving in 2020 list, ignoring trauma. Now, a lot of you are like, I never experienced trauma. I'm good. Nothing bad ever happened to me. And then you're having a meltdown, a mental breakdown every other day or week about the smallest inconvenience. And you mean to tell me there's no trauma? There's nothing that you need to unlearn? That's between you and your counselor. And if you can't afford to go to therapy, I completely understand. It's an expensive thing. But if you don't have good mental health habits and you're not checking yourself, then it's gonna become something more. Like the traumatic event or whatever caused you to have trauma, it is important. You have to acknowledge it, because you're ignoring it. When it finally hits you that, hey, that was traumatic, hey, that actually still bothers me to this day, it's already became a chain reaction to the people around you. Stop ignoring the trauma that you are facing. We're in a traumatic time right now. No one saw a pandemic coming. No one saw in your early 20s or however old you are that you were going to have to wear a mask every day, that you had to go on lockdown, so the malls, the stores, and the usual hangout spots you were usually going to every day, poof, you cannot go to them anymore. They either close down completely, have a store capacity where they're a little bit stricter on, or you just simply don't want to go out because it's just too much of a risk. You have to stop ignoring your trauma at the end of the day. Whether it be journaling, exercising, talking to a friend, a family member, a therapist, reaching out for other resources, you need to stop ignoring it, because it becomes a chain reaction where you are going to be unable to do anything. You're not going to sleep right. You're not going to eat right. You're not going to be thinking functionally. You're not going to be able to interact with your friends and your associates the way you need to. You need to have good coping skills and figure out a way to get around the trauma, or just deal with it head on. Like, it is not, oh, today I'm good. Today I'm good. Today I'm good. You might have 100 good days and then have that one bad day to throw things off. That is perfectly okay. Success is not just, boom, 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 boom. Honestly, when it comes to healing, it's like you might have a few good days, you might have a few bad days, and that is perfectly okay. Accept these days and be like, you know what, today I'm not feeling my best. But I'm still going to do what is considered my best for today. Whether it's something as simple as getting out of bed and taking a shower, going out to get something to eat from the dining hall or your favorite place to eat, or doing one assignment when there's like 15 that need to get done, or reorganizing, rescheduling some things. Handle it to the best of your ability in a timely fashion so it doesn't become something bigger and worse. Okay, so that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, don't forget to comment down below some things you're going to be leaving in 2020. That's all for now. See you in the new year.